Last season, I moved to Inter Milan, leaving Mbappe and Editor in Manchester. And we almost completed Italy in just one season. We won the league, the Europa League for the second time, but we lost in the final of the Coppa Italia. We didn't even lose a match until April either in any competition. But of course, we had an approach from Paris Saint-Germain. And so we have another job interview. One that I wasn't sure I'd ever have the chance to get in Glory Hunter, but alas, we get the questions of the new language and adapting to a different country, and on to more pressing concerns. Yes, I can win the title for you, but a transfer budget of just £45 million is a lot less than I expected in all honesty. But hopefully, this team is already good enough to win things. Mariba, Gvardiol, and Declan Rice being their headliners. I genuinely think that they are just missing a world-class striker, maybe with Piccoli, Edouard and Scamacca as the main options there it seems. They finished in second last season to Lyon and lost the cup, but let's take a look around the other leagues. Chelsea won the league and the United team I won the league with the season before finished in 6th place. Bayern Munich reclaimed the Bundesliga after a year away from holding the title. Real Madrid won La Liga in a very close title race. And 61% of you watching are yet to subscribe. And also, while we're at it, can I ask you for a favour? Drop us a follow on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Just search Omega Luke and you'll find me. And here we go. PSG approach Omega Luke. It's a 3-year deal again. We accept the offer and move to our new office in Paris as Paris Saint-Germain FC hire Luke. Turns out I can alter the slider quite a bit to double our budget so we can bring in some bigger hitters. And half of our team are wanted by other clubs too. My first target is Audrin from Inter Milan, who wants to join us because of his admiration of me. How cute. £61 million deal was accepted and completed. Great signing. I thought he was fantastic last season. At times, he actually kept Martinez out of the team, so he will be my go-to striker this season. We also beat our former club, Manchester United, in the Club World Cup semi-final. And we faced Real Madrid in the final. We then signed a 21-year-old centre-back from Aston Villa for £69 million, who I'd say is a world-class ball-playing centre-back. Fortunately, we do lose the Club World Cup final on penalties to Real Madrid. The Trophy de Champions against Lyon, who won the league last season, and they take the lead here through Elmas. However, Declan Rice picked up the ball and scored a scorcher into the top corner, and the game was won when Nicolas Audrin scored in the 88th minute. And the first game of the season, we start strong with a 4-0 away win to Lens, with Audrin scoring another 2. The tactic, by the way, is very similar to the tactic we used at Manchester United with a few little subtle changes. And so far, it's took us to 3 league wins out of 3. Deadline day, and we sold Cole Palmer back to the Premier League, giving us £60 million to play around with. And we brought in Marchand from Lens, a young French attacking midfielder. My plan is to play him from the left-hand side as Lamar and Jota are both in their 30s and have declined in certain attributes. Good job really, because Lamar has just broke his leg as well. After beating Saint Etienne comfortably, it's time to face the current champions Lyon. We took the lead through Audrin in the 22nd minute. Lyon equalised not long after through their winger Carême, but Audrin fired back with a brace in the second half, but 1 minute later, centre-back Salama equalised, and that was the final goal of the game. Our Champions League group, by the way, take a look at this. Both former clubs, Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid. Brilliant. And Marchand gets his first start against Atletico at home. A game in which we dominated 4-0, only giving them 3 shots to our 37. A 6-0, a 3-2 and a 5-2, and we continue our unbeaten run this season and top in the league. Now the Premier League season has begun and you can still join my SPITCH League. It's free to play. However, if you do fancy a little bit of a gamble, you can put £5 in if you're 18 years of age, you're from the UK, Germany or Austria. You can join the new season mode where top 5 of your lineups get put towards a jackpot prize of £50,000. There's also a free option too, should you wish to partake in that. Speaking of partaking in things, I have a community league. It's got over 400 people in there, and if you'd like to join, it's still not too late. You can do it by a week basis, or you can very easily catch up because the point system in SPITCH is so much better. Not to mention as well as unlimited transfers, so every single week you can field a brand new 11. Thank you very much to everybody who's joined SPITCH so far. There's a link at the top of the description to join up, and the second link underneath is to join the community league. Back to business with us missing Audrin up front and having to play Rice at centre-back against our other former club. I wasn't too optimistic, however, Jota putting us level on the 20th minute was great. But yet again, Martinez picked up a goal and sent us back to Paris with my first loss as PSG's manager. We also drew to Rennes, which wasn't great either. Inter Milan next though. With Audren still not fit, Jota starts up top again, but Rice starts in midfield when Gvardiol returns. Great start too, and Mariba put us ahead. Diogo Jota then scored a second 3 minutes later. And from Bruno Fernandes' free kick, Gvardiol tapped it a third. All Inter Milan could do was pick up a consolation goal late. We continue to pick up weird results like this draw against Auxerre, but another 2 wins followed. And we are top of the league, unbeaten by 2 points, and top of the Champions League and already qualified with just Atletico Madrid to play. Rice opened the score in the following game against Nantes, and Audren scored the second in a 2-0 win. We continued winning around the Christmas period and even began our journey in the Coupe de France. Rennes was our next opponents in the cup, and Marchand opened the scoring, followed by an outrageous trip by Mariba, and topped off with a third in a 3-0 win by Audren. Former player Luis Diaz at Inter Milan was out of contract this summer, so I signed him on the off chance that I'm here longer than 1 season. We followed that with a 6-1 win against Monaco with 6 different goal scorers, and 2 more wins without conceding a goal, which now took us 9 points clear of Lyon, and we've now been drawn against Newcastle in the Champions League. Back to the cup, and after a win against Toulouse, we faced Nice in the quarterfinals, winning the tie with 2 goals from Audren and Marquinhos. And we followed that win against the second place Lyon, and straight into the Champions League first round, first leg. Mariba picked up the first 2 goals and Audren scored a third, and we go into the second leg 3-0 up. Semi-final of the cup time, and we knock Marseille out with a 93rd minute rocket from Audren, who is quickly turning out to be our player of the season. And a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, and we progress to the quarters of the Champions League. Other than the 0-0 draw with Nice, we're on for a very good month in the league too, and Audren picking up 4 goals against Troyes. The Frenchman has 43 goals in total this season and 33 in the league alone so far in just 23 games. But we do have Barcelona next in the Champions League and Angers in the French Cup final. With Hakimi suspended, Crooks takes his spot on the right, and Marchand drops down to the bench with fitness concern, but this is still a good team to start against La Liga leaders Barcelona. And to be honest, I have no words or explanation for what we did to Barcelona. Audren picked up a hat-trick in the first half, opening the scoring, smashing it into the top corner after 2 minutes. We were simply relentless. Even centre-back Crooks, playing on the right-hand side, got in on the act too with a lovely finish. Our boot was firmly on the throat of Barcelona the whole game, never letting them out of their half. We were 6-0 up by half-time, by the way. An absolute outstanding performance from the Parisians. And it made the second leg a walk for us. 8-1 win on aggregate. However, we did pick up our first loss in the league this season at home in a 3-2 defeat. And with Manchester City next to play in the semi-final of the Champions League. But it didn't stop us from controlling the game though. Diogo Jota opened the score in 13 minutes in. On the half-hour mark, he was then played in again, and he chipped Ederson. Great play by Rice to find Gvardiol, who cut it back for Bruno Fernandes, and the game finished 3-0. And we've seen them off with another second leg draw, meaning for the first time this series, we find ourselves in the Champions League final. But before that though, we host Marseille in the league and we score within 45 seconds. Hannibal from the left then made it 2 in 5 minutes, and Diogo Jota got a third 9 minutes into the game. Game was won. And with just 1 more win needed, we took the lead within a minute again. Got 2 by 10 minutes and put the game out of reach by the 21st minute, picking up our first trophy in France. No surprises, we win the French league and ticking off 1 of 3 trophies we are targeting at the end of this season, with the French Cup final up next. Audren returns up top, but we still miss Hakimi and Marchand from the starting 11. It also brought a smile to my face when I seen the Inter Milan job as very insecure, because if we win this cup final, we could return a season later and go for the Coppa Italia, which we are still yet to win. So we needed to make sure that we win this cup final, and things started off great when Audren scored. He picked up a second not long after, and when Bruno Fernandes picked up a third before half-time, I knew it was ours. Audren capped off the cup final with a hat-trick in the second half, 4-0 win. The French Cup now ticked off with Glory Hunter as well. Champions League is a different beast though, because we find ourselves against Pep Guardiola's Bayern Munich, and my former player, Youssoufa Moukoko. And with Hakimi back to full fitness, he returns to the starting lineup, so we are almost at full strength. But But after a stalemate first half, Diogo Jota was once again the man to open the scoring. But from absolutely nowhere, Dobson, an English regen, smashed in a free kick to equalise. But when Nuno Mendes brought the player down and already on a yellow card, the referee produced a second yellow and sent him for an early bath. Luckily, it was just outside of the box. But that man Dobson stepped up again and he fired it into the other top corner. And unfortunately, that is where our luck ran out in the final of the Champions League. So what do you think we should do next? Let me know down in the comments.